Hey coaches, this is going to be a really important step in creating our Coach Tactics playbook. We're going to look at the 22 data points that make up a play, from formation to line call to three-step concept, whatever it is that you're going to do, and organizing those data points to create our plays in the wizard very quickly. We're going to go right to our admin area and get into data points configuration. You'll notice that it is not shortcutted because it's not something that we're going to use on a daily basis. This is really going to be used in the initial setup of our Coach Tactics. And after that, you're comfortable with it, you'll probably leave it alone. Here you'll see are the 22 data points that we have. You have some options here. I did not end up using all of my data points. I'm going to add 19 later on in this example, but you can see here, you might want to take a screenshot or pause and just take a look at this. I've used backfield, concept, direction, formation strength, all things that we use in Huddle or other programs as well to identify the plays that we're using. You're going to want to put in some of these plays, even though it takes a little bit of extra time, some of these data points so that we can do some great reporting through Coach Tactics, just like we do in other programs as well, to find out if we're running the ball and left and right, if we're passing it into the field or to the boundary. Those points are needed. Again, these are all situational tags and tags that go with our play data so that we can recall it later on. We'll be using all of this information in our play wizard, so we're going to quickly jump to the play wizard. We don't typically move screens, but we are going to go to the play wizard just to help give you a better feel for what it is and how we're going to organize these data points. So if you could go to dashboard and then plays and script builder, go ahead and make sure that the star is black. Add your first shortcut and click on Play Wizard. This is where we build our plays. Yours will appear empty at this point because we haven't built up your library of data points. But right now we're just going to organize our data points. So again, don't be alarmed if there's nothing in yours at all. If you go through here, you'll add your formations and your backfield at a later date, but we just want to get things in order at this point. So if you take a look here, we've got our backfield and our formation here. You can squeeze 3 columns pretty comfortably in here. If you go to 4, Coach Tactics will automatically squeeze those in here. 4 is probably the maximum amount of data points you want to put inside a step. And again, we'll be building up your library of data points here very, very soon. I'm going to be removing line calls in sheet groups. It's not something that I do, but I wanted it in this example so I can show you we can cut down the steps. You can have 3 to 4 steps. It's completely up to you and how you want CT or Coach Tactics to create your plays using the play wizard. And then everybody will always have a finalized play. So let's go back to our data points configurator. It's underneath the dashboard, and then go back to admin. And let's get right to data point configurator. As you can see here, I showed you that we have 18 of these set up. You can have as many as up to 22. You can rename these and we'll put them in any order. For right now, for just simplification, I would encourage you not to mess with menu order. We did talk about turning a couple of them off, and so I am not going to use line call anymore. So I'm going to click off here, and you're going to notice that it went away from call sheet groups. I'm also going to go click on call sheet groups right now and remove this from my steps, and then that's going to go ahead and bring this down to 5 steps. Your wizard order is the way that you want things to move and where you want them to be. And then the step order is inside that wizard. So you can see here for step 1 is going to be play type, concept, and hash. If we go down here and we're looking for those things, you'll notice that concept is in wizard step order 1, and it is in the second step. We can move these. If I wanted it to go to the first spot, I can have it go there, and then it will default. If I wanted hash to be second, I can move hash to second, concept to 3, and then it will move. So you control everything how you want it to go. That's just up to you. I like my concept in number 2 and hash in number 3. It will default to alphabetical order if you have both of the steps in the same spot. I talked about adding a step. I'm going to go to step 19 and activate this. This is going to be field zone. So when am I going to run this play? Is this going to be coming out? My script is going to be FZ. Is this going to be high red zone, low red zone? I can add that at a later date. And I would like my field zone to be in step 5. It by default went there. I could move it if I wanted to into step 4, but remember I talked about trying to have a maximum of 4 in each step. So I'm going to move it to step 5. It'll be one of the things that I do right before I put the team name that we're playing. Just another way of filtering our data. We give you 5 of these stars, and those are going to be multi-select. This will be really, really important when you're starting to filter through your plays and you want to just get the playbook down. You might have 200, 300, 400 plays in your playbook after we start modifying the shifts and the motions with them. So if I was to do an inside run, I want to multi-select to filter my playbook for maybe I'm just doing an inside run of outside zone and inside zone. Or maybe I'm going to do duo and power. And this would allow me just to select the duo and power plays together. Likewise, if I was just going to be looking for 5-step drop plays and no run, I can go to concept and grab 5-step and change them. I've chosen for my formations, concept, personnel, play name, and situational tags to be the ones that I like to filter and multi-select. You might want to go with those as default, and then as you get more comfortable, change that. But this is really important to try to make this decision in the beginning and get it right. Let's go back and take a look. Now that we've added field zone, we're going to save the changes. We're going to go to offensive play wizard, and we're just going to get a feel for, does this feel like we're going to put this play together? Notice that my field zone came into this section right here. There's field zone, and I'll be adding red zone, low red, coming out, and my green zone as well into here as when I get into my adding data to my library. If you have any questions, reach out to us at support@coachtactix.com.